so happy to remind you that Diversified Hearing and Balance Centers now has 9 locations throughout Western New York, and that means wherever you are, they are. Well, Dr. Salvatore Gruttadoria is back this morning. We're going to be talking about the features most people want on their hearing aids. So good morning. It's great to have you back.
How are you?
I am great. And you know, the first thing I realized when I got sent this information was that you can have options on it's not just one size fits all. There's a lot of different options on a lot of different hearing aids.
Yeah, there are options. Most people, when they come into office, they don't realize that you can pick various things to have on your hearing aid, and we can turn these things on and off at will. So, say for example, one of the things that many people would want is a volume control on their hearing aids. So they go into some situations where the situation may be a little loud for them, and they would like to turn down their hearing aid, or they're talking with their mom, and their mom has a very, very low voice, and they would like to turn up the volume there. Well, the hearing aids have the capabilities of doing that. Now, many people like their hearing aids to be automatic, so they don't have to do anything. You just put it on, and the hearing aid self-adjusts. But if they like more control, and some people like more control, you know, we can program them with the volume control on there.
That's great. So don't be afraid to ask about those things if you're going in. Also, people like the option of the rechargeable batteries?
This is new. Rechargeable batteries have been around for a long time, but there's been failures with rechargeable batteries. In fact, in our office, we would never recommend them in the past because people just weren't happy. The batteries would fail. The life of the batteries wouldn't last very long. You'd have, you know, just a couple hours of hearing aid use. Things have changed. You know, technology changes everything, and now we have rechargeables where these things will stay in a hearing aid all day long, and at night you just put them on the recharger. Very simple to do, and in the morning you have a fresh new hearing aid for you.
You know, it's amazing. We didn't even talk about this as soon as last year. It's amazing how technology is changing, and how our viewers are benefiting constantly with the new and updated things. It really behooves people not to go and have this checked out. All right, how about this? A program button for different environments?
Yep. So if you go into noisy situations or your parties, your bars, those types of things, those all have different ambient noise levels. And so, for example, if I go into a party, and say I was a disc jockey and I was playing parties all the time, well, I'd like that background noise turned down. So you can have a program button that will automatically push the button, it'll automatically tune down the background noise for you.
Amazing.
When you get out of that environment, you want it to go back to normal or to be automatic again, and you turn it back on.
You know, it kind of simulates real hearing, because as you would concentrate with somebody, you automatically, everything else in the background kind of fades away.
And in some ways, it's almost better because with real ears, you can't control what the real ears are doing. With these hearing aids, you can control them with the volume in the different environments. You can control them a lot more now.
It's just wonderful. Also, let us remind people about insurance coverage. Hooray!
Yes, and the insurance coverage is such a big thing for 2017. In the past, traditionally hearing aids were not covered by insurances. Now we have various programs with most of the major insurance companies that will cover either all or part of the cost of hearing aids. It has been fantastic. We have seen more people in the month of January than we have ever seen before. I'm talking about new people coming into the office, and the reason for that is that they would never have been able to afford hearing aids, and now they can.
That is so great. And again, let me remind everybody, we're not talking about your father's hearing aid. We are talking about new technology that makes this so incredible and precise for people. If you've been told that you have a hearing problem, or your spouse, your spouse is having difficulty hearing and people are becoming isolated, they're not involved in conversations, go to Dr. G and go and have your hearing checked. You could have something like this corrected, and your whole world opens up to you again. You have no idea how that affects so many things, even your balance we were talking about when you don't hear well. Dr. G, as we said, 9 different locations around Western New York. Yes, in Erie, Niagara, and Wyoming counties as well. They're waiting for you folks, and let me tell you, it could change your life. 871-9915 is the main number, and if you'd like to learn more, simply go to diversifiedhearing.com.